Let's just kind of start. I forgot to ask Marquise this, but it being a holiday week, how does that help the team, or how does that play into things this week? I mean, they have one focus, it looks like.
Well, it certainly is different than what we're normally used to with a normal game week. But again, they don't have the stress of school. They get a chance to maybe spend more time focusing on football and certainly focusing on the opponent, and that's absolutely necessary this week with the quality of the opponent that we have. So it's different, but it's a whole lot of fun to be sitting here over Thanksgiving break and still be playing football. So these kids have earned this, they deserve this, and we want to make sure that it's a positive experience for them, as well as, let's get that back to business and do the work that has to be done.
The offense is rolling, and it's been rolling all year. 700 yards. When the offense gets that going at that level, does it surprise you what they can do?
No, we've got talented players, and what we had on Saturday was those talented players made plays. Chase Crevichet, 18 receptions and just some big-time catches. Marquise with maybe his best day and a big touchdown catch. And Robert Weber playing the way he knows and I know he can play. He made great decisions throughout the day, distributed the ball well. He was in charge. And, we got a pretty special kid in the backfield that we can hand off to, running behind a good offensive line. So, again, it was one of those days where a lot of things worked. We were able to, I think, wear down Augustana a bit. Certainly, in that you run 103 plays, you're going to wear down the opponent, and we were able to do that. And the adrenaline of playing at home and feeding off the home crowd and everything certainly was a boost to that. But again, a lot of players played extremely well on Saturday, as needs to happen when you're in the postseason. And so, and certainly that's going to have to be the case this week as we face the level of opponent we do in Northwest Missouri.
When you look at that 99-yard return, I don't want to dwell on it, but what can it say about your team? A bounce back in tough situations. Obviously, there's a lot of emotions in the building. They come and take that right out, but your team bounced right back, didn't hang their head at all.
This team has dealt with situations all season long, whether it be the difficult travel. Again, we travel in a manner that no one else does, and we understand that. We signed up for that here, but it is draining, and one of the challenges that we're faced each and every year. This group has handled it better than any other group that I've had. They've kind of embraced it with that, and so again, that's certainly not part of the plan. Give up an opening kickoff like we did. We knew their return game was very, very sound, very solid. We talked about that practice and prepared for it, but we made mistakes on that opening kickoff. Had players get out of lane, and you do that against a talented returner like they had, and those the results are what you saw. But again, there was no panic. They were disappointed. They didn't perform on that particular play, and our goal each and every week is you play one play at a time, and that play is the most important play, and we didn't get it done. So there was disappointment, but also resolve to come back, and obviously there was a whole lot of football still left, and so there wasn't any issues with confidence or anything like that, and again, very proud of the way we did come back. And it wasn't just the opening kickoff. Again, we snap a ball over the punter's head, something we haven't done this year at all, not in practice, not in game. Connor Gray has been really lights out with his snapping, and just picked a bad time to have a misfire on it. But again, we came back and able to tie the score late in the first half and go in tied at halftime, knowing that we had the ball to come out the second half, a chance to kind of regroup. We looked at the stats, and it was 350 some yards to 88 yards. We had controlled the first half in every way, but the two mistakes balanced all of that out. And so if we could eliminate those mistakes and come out and continue some of the things we had success with in the first half, we thought we'd be okay, and we were able to do just that.
And talking about those mistakes, how much more important will it be against this team that you're facing this week, number one in the region? Obviously costing mistakes, just two, but they could be even.
You can't make mistakes against Northwest Missouri. They will beat you if you do, and they have been so, I call them opportunistic, but again, the mistakes that are made against them are forced by Northwest Missouri. Their aggressive style of play, and right from the get-go, their approach is to come out and try and take the opponent out of the game from the opening kickoff on. I mean, they really are. I think they've given up 24 points in the first quarter all season long. So, again, this is, I've voted them number one in the AFC. I've pulled many times this season. I believe they're the top team after watching them on tape, that they are the top team that I've seen, certainly. They're just solid in all three phases with some really talented players that they are able to get to play at a very high rate of speed, very high level. And that's why they're undefeated. That's why they're the number one seed. That's why they've won 4 national championships in their history. Again, they're very, very sound and solid.